Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Bristol City Career Mode, Episode 4, Season 4. If you haven't seen the third episode, then please go to my channel and watch that before watching this one. We did survive and we did stay in the Premier League. It wasn't the best season, we were in a relegation battle, but we are still in and we've got some improvements to make, that's for sure. So we're going to look at our squads, we're going to see what we can improve, and hopefully we'll get further up in the table. I'd like to be in the top half of the table this season. But if you are enjoying this series so far, then please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. There's going to be plenty more coming. We are going to keep going with this career mode until we win the Premier League and the Champions League. So yeah, let's get straight into this episode and see what we can do. So looking at the team that we've currently got, it is a nicely well-rounded team, a relatively young team, maybe apart from a few players like Abraham and Mehmeti. But we are looking very good coming into this season. The only changes that I'm thinking about at the moment are Mehmeti and Fitek. I feel like we need a higher rated goalkeeper. Fitek is slowing down in his development. I think we just need to make them changes. We need to be a little bit brutal. So let's just see what's out there and see if we can bring in any signings. And with a £38 million budget, that might get us one player, but we might have to sell some players to get that budget a little bit up if we want to make some decent improvements. Aiden Roberts has gone to Ajax for £10 million. We've managed to sell Mehmeti to Fulham for £26 million. Yeboah has gone to Stoke for a season-long loan. I seem to love getting players back in this career mode, but we've got another one back. Antoine Semenyo, we've managed to sign him from Manchester City. He is going to be on the wing as a replacement for Mehmeti. I'm probably going to switch Rio to the left so Semenyo could go on the right. But what an experienced player we're going to have in our team. I didn't say this career mode was very realistic. We managed to sign Semenyo from Manchester City for £33 million. We also got a comment on our last YouTube video from Ollie Gold saying sign some players that have been linked with City in real life, and he did give some suggestions, so I'm going to go out and sign them suggestions. One of the players mentioned in the comments was Noah Eli, who we are linked with from New York Red Bulls. He is a very tall centre back with some decent stats in the MLS. So for us in this career mode, he is going to be a very decent backup to Kante and Vega. We had to buy him from his release clause, which was £6.3 million. And we also signed Sam Greenwood for £5.4 million. Sam Greenwood is going to be our backup right winger. That is the best development that he gets. I was hoping he was going to be centre mid, but 345 weeks. No, absolutely not. Dowell is going to Millwall for a 2-year loan. LaRoche is going to Derby for a 2-year loan. Rousseau is going to Birmingham City for a season-long loan. Campbell Slowey is going out for $360,000. McCormack is going out on a 2-year long loan. And Josh Stokes is going to Coventry for £2.5 million. Corbin is going out on a 2-year long loan. Elijah Morrison is going to Hull for a 2-year long loan. Toby Hobbs is going out on a 2-year long loan as well. Here we go, first game of the pre-season friendlies, and we have got RB Leipzig, which is a very difficult game to have. We're going to quick sim it and see how we get on with the team we've got, and it's a 2-2 draw. That is pretty good, to be fair, I'll take that. Second game of the pre-season friendly, and we have got Real Betis. Let's quick sim, let's see if we can improve our results. And we've got a 2-0 win against Real Betis. Cara is going to Millwall as well for a season-long loan. A little bit like Chelsea with all these loan signings, but Story is going out on a 2-year long loan. Our last pre-season friendly is against Napoli. Very difficult challenge, but let's quick sim and see how we get on. It is a 1-1 draw, so we haven't lost a game in our pre-season friendlies. And considering the opponents we've had, I'll absolutely take it. Paul Robin is going out on a 2-year long loan. And King is going out on a 2-year long loan as well. Skinner is going out on a 2-year long loan to Stoke. Bonnet is gone to Genk for 2-year long loan. Pekova is going out on a 2-year long loan. Gregory is going out on a 2-year long loan to Hull. And we have sold Fitek to Crystal Palace for £23.5 million, which means we will be looking for a new goalkeeper. So we got Patrick Combs from Leeds United for £34 million, and he is 83 rated. And it looks like this is going to be the lineup that we're going to go forward with in the Premier League this season. So let's see if any other outgoings go out. I think we got a few players to go out on loan. And yeah, we'll get into our first game of the season as well. So our first game of the season is against Leeds United. This is how we're going to line up. Let's quick sim and see how we get on in our first game. And it's going to be, a 3-0 loss against Leeds. That is not ideal to start off with. It's more like it. Second game of the season against Southampton, we win 3-0. And that is the summer transfer window done. So we're going to go straight to January and see how we get on in our third season in the Premier League and in our fourth season in this career mode. So we've made it to January, and that is a bit more like it. 9th place with 30 points in the halfway mark, and we're only 5 points away from 6th place and 5th place in Newcastle and Liverpool. So we're not that far away from a European position. I think that is going to be our aim for this season. Let's have a look and see how our stats are looking at the moment. So looking at the stats for this season, Rio has taken over Abraham, and he's got 10 goals and 7 assists. Abraham not doing too bad with 9 goals and 2 assists. Semenyo getting himself 8 goals and only 1 assist. But still, very good front line at the moment. So looking at our youth academy that we started building from last season. This is what we've currently got in our squad. There's a handful of players that we can bring up and loan out. Toby Berry is going out on a 2-year long loan. Lemonnier is going on a 2-year long loan. So that is the end of the January transfer window. One thing that I have been noticing that I haven't been doing, and I have been reminded by a couple of my viewers, is that I haven't been focusing on the cup runs as much. We were out of the Carabao Cup quite early this season, but we still got the FA Cup that we're going to be in. If a decent cup game is on, then I will play it, and I will show you how we get on in the cup at the end of the season. So let's sim to this end of the season. I will stop it if we get a good cup game, and we'll also play a game in the Premier League at the end of the season as well. So I found a game that is going to be a decent one to play in the FA Cup. Brentford away in the 5th round, so just before the quarterfinals. If we win this, and yeah, we're in the quarterfinals. But I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to give our first team a bit of a rest, and I've created a second team that is going to get us through to the quarterfinals. I'm going to play this game as I'm not sure if we're going to get through this round. I want to make sure that we get through it and get a good cup run in. So let's play. And that is the end of the game. Unfortunately, we did not take the chances that we had. We had so many chances, and Brentford get the goal at the end. That means we are out of the FA Cup. Maybe next year we'll focus a lot more on the cup runs. So we sim to May, and we are in the 12th position with 50 points with 1 game to go. The absolute maximum we can get to is 11th, as Wolves are a little bit too far away in 10th. But it's a lot of improvement compared to last season, so I'll absolutely take it. I would have liked to have been in the top half, maybe even pushing for Europe, especially where we were in January, but you know, improvement is improvement, so I'll absolutely take it. We're going to be playing our final game, which is against Brighton. And yeah, let's see how we get on. Here we go, final game against Brentford. This is the team we're going out with. We're going back to our first team. And look at some of the growth that we've got, especially with Rio. at left wing, 87 rated. You really can't go wrong with that. Archie Gray on 85 rated, as well as our goalkeeper Combs. Oh, it's just such a lovely looking team. And that is full time. 4-1 to Bristol City against Brighton at Ashton Gate. What a good way to finish the season. Hopefully that pushes us up a little bit to 11th. Out of that game, in the Premier League we've ended up 11th place. We're about 8 points away from Newcastle in 6th. And then, yeah, we're not miles away from everywhere else. But, you know, there's a lot of improvements there. But we got a little bit more to do to push up a little bit higher into the table, but I think we're getting there slowly. Looking at the stats for the end of the season, and Rio has just absolutely smashed it. 18 goals, 11 assists, with Semenyo getting 16 goals and 5 assists himself. Abraham getting the 14 and 5. So yeah, it's looking very good all round for our front line. So that is going to be the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching episode 4 of the Bristol City career mode. If you enjoyed it, then please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more of these videos. They're going to be coming once a week, and we're going to keep going until we get the Champions League and the Premier League title. Thank you very much, and see you later.